Hello, everybody. I think we are live here right now.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Welcome to the Tony Awards first Google Plus Hangout on air. How is everybody doing today?
Great.
Very good.
It's good to be first.
Oh, guys. I'm Jim Glaub. I'm the creative director of Interactive for the Tony Awards, and I'm so proud and excited to be here. We're live at Radio City Music Hall right now. It is crazy. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of people running around. Right now, they're rehearsing one of the scenes from the show, and we've got a few people that might be dropping in throughout this whole thing. So you know, we'll take it as they come in. Before we introduce our participants, I wanted to give a hearty shout out to our friends at Radio City Music Hall and Google Plus, who helped put this together. Thank you so much. I'd also like to recognize. I'd also like to recognize our awesome partners, Audemars Piguet, IBM, Nexus, United, Royal Caribbean, the New York Times, People, Paramount Hotel, Clear Channel, and Intercontinental. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. Thank you so much.
Oh, takes a village.
Yeah.
It really does. And of course, the Tony Awards is brought to you by the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League. All right. Well, let's get into introducing our participants. Great. First, we have Jerry Mitchell, who is. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
It may be the only time I'm first.
Jerry is the is the Tony-nominated director and choreographer for Kinky Boots. While this is his first Tony nomination for being a director, he's been nominated 5 times for choreography and 1 for the 2005 production of LeKae Fall. How you doing, Jerry?
I'm in my living room. I feel like we're doing a NASA thing, like someone's going to land on the moon or something.
Excellent, excellent. Next, we have Rob McClure, who's nominated for Best Actor in a Musical for his portrayal of the famous film actor Charlie Chaplin. This is his first nomination. Hi, Rob.
Good morning. It
Hi.
feel weird. To me, I didn't think NASA. I first thought like Match Game. That next year they introduce like Brett Summers and Nipsey Russell are next.
I'll take either.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, we have Pam MacKinnon, who's nominated Best Director for a play for Edward Albee's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. She was nominated last year for Clybourne Park, which won the Tony Best Play. Hi, Pam.
Yeah.
Hi, Pam.
How are you today?
Really well. Really well. Zipping and zapping. It's exciting.
All over the place, I tell you. Oh my gosh. Next we have Valisia LeKae, who can be seen nightly as Diana Ross in Motown the Musical.
Hello.
Her leading actress in a musical is her first nomination. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. This is great. And we have Rob Howell, is nominated for his 5th Tony Award, including 2 this year for costume design and scenic design of Matilda the Musical. Last year for scenic design of Ghosts. How are you?
I'm good. Can I just apologise for this word that's floating above my head here? my agent had nothing to do with it whatsoever.
You are miraculous.
I'm very jealous. You're all in your front rooms. I'm very jealous. I'm in a pokey little office. But anyway, seemingly I'm miraculous.
And you literally just got off a plane, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's fantastic to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll have a few more special guests. Should I do it now? All right, great. And we actually do have a very special guest joining us today, which is a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Google Hangout, Mr. Neil Patrick Harris.
Hi, Neil.
Neil, I don't think we can hear you. Can we hear you? Is he on mute?
There he is. Katie, come.
I can work a computer. There he goes.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations, nominees. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
There you
host.
go.
Thank you.
I love those pink headphones.
Thank you. They're fabulous.
Yeah, we're great. All right, great. This is wonderful. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We actually did ask a bunch of questions from our fans online. We'll get into the questions from them first and foremost, but I want to go down the line and actually ask you guys individually. Neil, I know you're in rehearsal right now. You've been running around crazy today, but the word I keep hearing is bigger. What's going on?
Well, contrary to popular opinion, this is not my living room. We're at Radio City. It's yeah, we're trying to spend some time honoring the space as well as the season. So yes, we've been at the Beacon Theater for the last couple of years, which I thought was a fantastically great venue because it was intimate and felt like you were kind of in a Broadway house, but now we're at Radio City. So we're hoping that the opening number and some of the bits that we do reflect the size and scope of Radio City.
Excellent, excellent.
I have to write it. That'll be that's the next step. That's this afternoon.
Rob, Jerry, you guys are back at the Tony Awards for 2 categories, actually. Costumes and set for Rob, and direction and choreography for Jerry. How do the crafts differ and relate, respectively? Let's start with you, Rob.
Can I just say the last time I saw Neil at Radio City, he was upside down. That could be arranged, I'm sure. They're pretty similar, actually. Of course, costumes, we're dealing with human beings, and human beings talk back to you, and with scenery, that isn't the case. But we're all aiming for the same thing, which is to tell the story in the best way.
Excellent. Jerry, what about you?
Yeah, I think that's right. It's just about how seamless can you make the production. And being a director and a choreographer, sometimes it's a little bit lonely because I don't have you know that other half working with me, like all the collaborations I did with Jack O'Brien or other directors when I was just choreographing. But again, it's somehow working with the designers. It makes it a little bit more cut to the chase because, you know, I'm sort of the guy who's requesting them to paint it green or blue or pink and make the shoes match, and I make the lights match, and it's all coming from one direction. And I got a chance to study with Bennett and, you know, Robbins, and I learned a lot from those guys.
Excellent. Pam, you've been kind of the go-to person for Edward Albee's work. What is it about his work that is so relevant and stimulating?
Oh, I mean, Edward just keeps on going and going. I mean, he's a true artist. You know, he I think like true artists, you know, has maybe 2 or 3 things that he's just been picking at forever, and, you know, and diving into his themes. You know, he has some puzzles that he hasn't cracked yet. So his plays reflect that. And while the styles of his plays change, I've done both world premieres of his plays and now, you know, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, a 50-year-old play. The styles change and how people speak. The Edward Albee patois and syntax has gotten leaner. You know, marching into the 21st century. But it's so deeply rewarding and funny and horrible, all mixed together.
Excellent, excellent. What's it like to be back? You know, back nominated 2nd year in a row for a Tony Award.
I'm very nervous this year. Last time was my Broadway debut, and you know, so excited to be invited to the party. And this year, I'm also so excited to be invited to the party. I'm holding a lot more stress, and so it's, you know, both fun as well as it feels a little harrowing.
Valisia, Rob, this is your Broadway debut too.
Yes.
I mean, how does you know, how does it feel to be portraying entertainment icons? I mean, did you have to do a lot of research, a lot of you know, background work on that? Explain that for us.
For me, I spent a lot of time watching a lot of videotapes, listening to her music, Diana Ross's music, interviews, reading tons of magazines, and I've been working on this project for the last 2 years. So I would spend 12-hour days just watching her, and I continually do that actually every day. I listen to some of her stuff. But I found it exciting to play someone because I felt like for years throughout my lifetime, I've listened to her music, and I feel like that everything that I've ever done, including every Broadway show that I've ever done, has prepared me for this moment. And the fact that she's still alive is actually really, really great. She's come to see the show twice, and she's been very supportive of everything we have done and we are doing. And I just feel really honored to be participating and to be portraying her.
That's all. One quick thing. Neil has got to go. He's being pulled on stage. Neil, really quick question for you. What can we expect to see this year at the Tony Awards? You know, give us a little preview.
Well, I think it's a fantastic stage for everything. There's a big, gigantic LED screen in the back, 3 LED screens on each side that are floor to ceiling, and so you get to see all of these shows that are doing their performances in a really amazing way, especially at home and in HD. I think the nominees are amazing. We'll have a fun opening number. I don't think we're doing a closing number this year because there's just too much performance. So it's going to be, you know, the Tonys are my favorite in that regard. There's it's awards, yes, and the people that win are deserving, but the people that get nominated are equally as deserving. It's such a showcase for everyone. But I think the people at home that get to watch 12, 13, 14 performances in their small little town in the Midwest who have never been to Broadway or have only seen one show get to really see all of these people who are so enthusiastic about performing, and having sat in the house and watched these groups come in sweats and rehearse their numbers, they're just giving it 150%, and it's going to be a really wonderful show to watch and to be a part of.
Excellent. Yes. I'm sure you're dreaming about the Tony Awards in puppet, right?
I'm dreaming about the drink I get to have on when the show's done. We'll see you guys.
Everybody, say thank you to Neil.
Take care.
Bye, Neil. Thank you.
What does this button do?
That was great. Thank you so much. You know, Rob, back to you. What is it like to portray an icon like this?
I mean, anytime you play a historical figure, it comes with a certain sense of accountability, you know. But one as beloved as he is, it came with some extra pressure. But I knew that I had a certain amount of freedom when I played Chaplin the Man. But I knew that the Little Tramp character, if someone was buying a ticket to that show, that's what they were going to come to see, and I knew that I couldn't screw that up. So I watched every piece of footage I can get my hands on, and I started to sort of establish the physical vocabulary. And I found very quickly that getting at what was underneath the comedy was ultimately what people were relating to with that character. And if I was going to get it right, it was going to be the heart that I had to get right, and more so than the waddle, although the waddle is important.
The famous waddle. I love it.
Exactly.
You know, okay, actually I'm going to take it over. I have a question from Dana D.
Hi, Dana.
Dana D is, this is for everyone. When was the first time you watched the Tonys, and how was it? Jerry, we'll start with you.
Oh my God, I used to watch the Tonys every year growing up in my little hometown of Paw Paw, Michigan. It was the show for me. I think the one that maybe made the biggest impact for me was the year of A Chorus Line. I think I was a junior in high school, and my combined studies teacher had thrown a Time magazine on my desk with Donna McKechnie on the cover. And she knew more about me and where I was going before I did, and she said, "You better read this, kid." And I watched the show, and I saw A Chorus Line, and then I saw it for the very first time in a theater in Chicago, and I said I'm going to be in that show 2 years later. I mean, the Tonys, I was that kid that Neil's talking about who tuned in every year dreaming that someday I'd be in New York City doing the Tonys. Not being nominated, just being in the show. That's all I wanted to do, was be on stage and dance on the Tonys. Yeah.
Definitely get that. Rob, what about you?
Well, because you know, I'm from the UK, so I always heard about the Tonys and knew about them, but they were sort of over there. And the first time I actually experienced them was when I was first nominated. I can't remember when that was. I think it was for costumes for Boeing, and it was a fabulous show. But I stayed in my seat, so I've sort of got mixed memories of it. But it's a fabulous event, and it really is, for somebody who isn't from New York, it's a real proof that you've got an amazing community of theatre people here who all support each other, and it's wonderful to take part in.
Rob, what about you?
I mean, I remember in high school when I first started doing, you know, the shows, the plays, but it wasn't because I thought I was good at it. I was doing it because it was another extracurricular thing for a college resume. Like, I'll be on the bowling team in the winter, and then I'll do the play in the spring. Like, it wasn't. I didn't think of it like there was an option for me. And then I remember, as I got more and more passionate about it, I realized that the Tony Awards were for Broadway. I hadn't seen a Broadway show. And of course I watched the Tonys, and there is the top of this art form. There is the Mecca, you know, and I just remember thinking, like, wow, there are people who do this for a living. There are people who this is their entire life. God, wouldn't that be cool? I didn't think I'd ever be there, though. That's for sure.
Valisia.
Yes.
Tell us about your first time.
Well, my first experience of the Tonys was actually in 2006. I was a dance captain for Three Penny Opera, and our choreographer was out of town, so I had to stage it, and Cyndi Lauper was in the number.
Oh
and
my
Alan
God.
Cummey was in the number. And originally, I wasn't supposed to be in the number. I was just supposed to stage it, so I got to, like, work with the crew and everything. And then Anna Geisler was asked to introduce the show. And so I got to go on in her place and kiss Cyndi Lauper on the Tonys that year. So that was like my first experience of it. But then I had to, like, you know, before, and I didn't grow up with the theater and things like that. So I spent a lot of time, thankfully, on YouTube catching up with everything. And like one of the first clips that I saw was Ragtime. And I just fell in love with their opening number. And so from there, I just got the bug. So anytime I could find stuff on YouTube, I would look at it. But my first true experience was in 2006.
All right, so we actually have a special drop-in.
Oh, my God.
Hold on, wait. Pam, you're back. Where'd you go? Hold on. Pam?
I'm back.
Where did you go?
She had breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got also the fabulous Patina Miller that is joining us. She is here. Everyone say hi to
Hi.
Yay!
Patina, how you doing? Oh, wait. I think your
She's
sound
on mute.
is muted. You might be muted. Hold on.
Hey,
There you
Yeah.
are.
testing. Hi, sorry I'm late, but I was just saying I just got back from my final dress fitting for the Tony, so I'm really
Woo!
excited.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Patina, we were just talking about how you know, the first time that we experienced the Tony Awards, probably mostly on TV. But like, what is your first Tony Awards experience?
I have to say, growing up, I actually wasn't a part of a town where, you know, arts and things were a big thing. So I went away to school and at 15, and that's where I sort of fell in love with theater and found out what the Tony Awards were. I would actually go online to look at YouTube clips. But the YouTube clip I always would go back to was the Dreamgirls clip from back in the day. And so that from then on, I would like just look all the time on YouTube to go and see like what the highlights were, because, you know, I was like hoping to come to the city and do theater and maybe go to the Tony Awards one day. So that was my first kind of introduction to the Tony Awards when I was 15 going to school.
Yeah.
There is, sorry, Patina, I think there might be a little bit of a sound issue. This is technology.
I mean,
hold on one second, guys. Just one really quick second.
something's wrong with my sound.
Okay, guys, individually, what are you most looking forward to for the Tonys this year? Gary, let's start with you.
What am I most looking forward to?
Yeah.
Strangely enough, because like you said, I've been to this party a few times before, and I have also remained in my seat many more times than I've had the opportunity to get up on stage. I told the cast, when the nominations came out, I told the cast, I said, guys, enjoy every minute, enjoy every minute, because it really is a celebration of our community, and not just your show, but what we all do and we're passionate and we love to do. And, you know, there's room for everybody.
Exactly.
You know, there's 10 musicals that were in the $1 Million Club last week. I mean, there's room for everybody. There are audiences out there who want to see everything we have to offer, everything we can come up with. And that's what really makes Broadway, Broadway.
Yeah.
It isn't just one show, it's what we all have.
Exactly.
Rob, what about you? Rob, what are you looking forward to most?
I can't really do any better than Jerry. I mean, he said it all there. It probably is different for me because I'm not from New York, so it's extra specially shining and otherworldly. But Jerry said it all. It's very obvious that you've got an amazingly supportive community here, and it's wonderful. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Valisia, what about you? What are you looking forward to most on this?
I don't know. You know, so many different things. I love being with everyone. One of the most precious events was the Tony Luncheon, and it was really relaxed, and everyone got to really enjoy each other and meet everyone. And so to be back in the room and to actually sit in the audience this year and see a lot of the performances, especially from the shows that I didn't get to see this past season, I'm really excited about that. And, you know, I might just drink. I don't drink, but I'm looking forward to one alcoholic beverage on Sunday night. And a piece of cake and maybe some cheese.
Oh, yes.
Because a girl hasn't had cheese in a very long time. So.
If you guys haven't been, this party after the Tonys is unbelievable.
I'm so excited.
You will eat way too much. What about you, Rob McClure?
I think I'm eager to see the show. I'm eager to actually watch the Tonys from a seat. Like I feel like I'm going to a show. I happen to be nominated at the show, but I'm also just going to watch the show. But I think I'm also, while I'll be celebrating with the people who are there, I'm also trying to reflect and celebrate the people who are not there, and meaning the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people and miracles that came together to let any of us be there.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. I mean, the more I think about it, the more existential I get, and the further back tracking it goes. I mean, do I go back to my family, or do I go back to the birth of Charlie Chaplin, or do I go back? like there are so many crazy miracles that needed to happen for me to be there. So taking a night and trying to let all of those soak in and celebrate them.
Pam, what are you looking forward to the most for the Tony Awards?
I mean, I just love what Rob just said. I mean, because you sort of go back in time and you think about, you know, the first puppet show I put on at age 6, and my mother read to me, and you know, you do sort of, you know, think about that. And Edward Albee was adopted as an infant. But I'm also excited. Last year I had a perfect date. I went with my mom because my boyfriend is an actor and he was out of town. And this year, John gets to be my date. So I get to share this with my boyfriend this year.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome. And looking forward to dressing up. I've been practicing walking around in high heels. That kind of girl.
I can help you.
I need some lessons. Thank you. I think I'm going to look you up.
Yes.
So it's fun. It's just, you know, it's going to be pure fun.
Patina, what about you?
You know, it's basically a culmination of what everyone has said. It's really an exciting night for us all to just sit back and celebrate all that we've done. I mean, it's been a hard month for some of us, you know, and to be able to just like let off some steam and just sit in the audience and enjoy and watch performances, but mostly just, you know, look around and see all of your friends, because I happen to have a lot of friends who are nominated, and it's a blessing to be invited to the Tonys, you know what I mean, but to also look around and see your friends and people who you admire celebrated as well. It's a dream come true. And also, like Pam, I get to share it with my fiance. Last year, 2 years ago, I went to the Tonys with my mom and my stepdad, and this year I get to celebrate with my fiance, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been kind of an interesting time because you guys you guys are in performances as well, and then you're also rehearsing. Is this like a really difficult time for this? I mean, how do you guys do this?
I got to be honest. You know what? It is hard. It's hard work. It's hard work juggling 8 shows a week and doing all those things. But you know what? it's a blessing as well, you know. So you don't want to say too much bad about it. I mean, you have to, you know, go out and promote the show that you get to do 8 times a week. But it is it's stressful, but you just have to talk to yourself every day. I get up every day and talk to myself and just say that it's gonna be all right.
And I think this year there was an extra week in the window from the nominations to the awards. So the performers, I know Patina because we see each other in therapy.
Yes.
The performers, physical therapy. Physical therapy, where we're getting our bodies pounded. But the performers, and I'm not even a performer, like those guys are on a racetrack every day. Get up, do the show, do press, do press, do press, get up, do the show, do press, do press, do press. It's a tough road.
Can I just say, Patina, I saw your show 2 nights ago, and if you're tired, you're amazing because it does not show. You're fantastic.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So if that's what you can do when you're tired.
Oh, guys. Well, you know, any last words before, you know, for our fans or anybody that might be watching before we end the broadcast?
Yes, watch the Tonys on Sunday. Of course.
And buy a ticket to a Broadway show or a tour.
Excellent. Guys, thank you so much for participating in our Tony Awards Google Plus Hangout on air. You know, we're so excited for this year's Tony Awards. Sunday, 8/7 Central, only CBS. Guys, we will see you on Sunday. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round.
Thank you. See some of you guys at rehearsal.
Congrats.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
How do I?